Hey guys, so I had a fun video in mind today. Yes, I'm going to definitely be heavily discussing the topic, but for those of you that have been around not only my channel, but just like YouTube, period, for at least the past decade or so, when I feel like the platform was a lot more chill back when I feel like things were just like so much better. But do you guys remember when people just like sit, chill, do their makeup and like talk about whatever topic? Like I know that it didn't even matter what kind of channel they were. Like, yes, you know, the beauty guruism, whatever, was heavy on YouTube. And because I'm going to talk about one of the well-known gurus on not only YouTube, but now TikTok, Jackie Aina, she was definitely in that era. She definitely inspired it. But like, it wasn't just beauty gurus or whatever. It was just like, you know, regular everyday people who would just be like in a rush, doing their makeup, head out, talk about whatever topic. I used to do that. And then I moved my beauty content to like members, Patreon, whatever. Then this is also telling you guys, my patrons and members, that I am going to be revamping. This is kind of like a calling out. It's like, I'm kind of like, you know, signaling out to you. It's like you see me doing my makeup. It's like, you know, something's coming. I'm just building that content up because that's also going to be pre-recorded. I am done doing like live streams and all that type of stuff, but pre-recorded videos all day, every day, right? But I definitely wanted to discuss this because it's something that I didn't realize got, once again, so much negative attention online, right? Like, it's just one of those things. I have my mirror and like my little beauty stuff like right here. So I'm just like, that's why I'm, you know, I do have a mirror. Although I have used my camera to do my makeup before because sometimes things just look different on camera. But something that I didn't realize that was causing so much controversy and getting a lot of negative attention was Black women in luxury. And that's kind of another reason why I wanted to do my makeup in this video and also like, you know, talk about Jackie Aina and just talk about Black women in luxury and being a Black woman in luxury and just things like that, because I do think it's a shame that not only in overall internet culture that if someone's doing well or doing better or like healthier, their skin's glowing, or maybe they're living better, right? Their environment's gotten better. Maybe, you know, they do have more money coming in. Maybe they do, you know, have like a lot, you know, going on in their future. And it just kind of goes back to the whole thing that I mentioned even on Valentine's Day. Remember when I told you guys that like, it was kind of baffling to see how I saw the girlies just like posting their gifts and like, you know, their outings or whatever for Valentine's Day. And you got people commenting, oh, in this economy, oh, this and that and that. It's like people are so negative, and it's like people are trying to borderline make it very uncomfortable for others to thrive or try to shame others for thriving. And in the category of Black women living in luxury or working themselves up to luxury, like what Jackie Aina has done, and many other Black women have done, I think it's disgusting to try and, once again, that whole crabs in a bucket mentality, that whole, oh, you know, ain't gonna never be nothing, how dare you. I think it's just gross. So what made me want to bring this on my channel is because, you know, you guys know I like TikTok, right? You know, I'm still getting acquainted with that platform or whatever, but I do watch and engage in videos on there. Well, earlier this month, Jackie Aina went to Aspen, right? Amazing, awesome, hell yeah, girl, go out there to Aspen. And not only did she go to Aspen, but she bought herself like a new Hermes bag. I believe she bought the Birkin. I'm not sure, but I do believe it's the Birkin, but if it's like the Kelly or something, I don't mean to misspeak, I'm sorry. But she went to Aspen and treated herself, okay? That's all she did. That's it. That was the drama, right? That's all she did. And she got so much backlash for simply posting that to where she had to post this response.
Okay, I know the majority of people do not think like this comment. And also, my period is coming. So I'm going to smile to keep from cussing you out. So there's been this like whole discussion about like Black content creators, and obviously my name often gets thrown into this conversation. This is my 15th year as a content creator, and that's something that I'm extremely proud of. Most of these takes, I just kind of like watch, move on, engage like with a like and like some of the comments and then move on. But when you mention my name, make sure you don't say no stupid shit like this. Make sure that whenever you mention my name in any space, publicly and privately, you never compare me to whiteness ever, 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 ever. Because to actually know me and to know why I am where I am now is to fully understand I've never had to be anything but my Black ass. And I will only fully lean into my Black ass. And one thing I want y'all to remember during the month of February is this Black ass that you see, no matter how much money you have, does not give you white women protection. It does not give you white women livelihood. It does not give you white women perks. Nothing about me looks white. Nothing about me expresses white. And this is just like a really harmful take. And I really need people to ask themselves, why do we conflate successful Black women to white protection? It doesn't work that way. And then not you saying this and being 5 shades lighter than me, like, please, please. I'm trying to keep it cute, like, please. Like when y'all mention my name, just keep it cute, because to actually know me and why I'm here is to understand I've never had to compromise and I've never had to slip into any perceived whiteness ever, and I never will. So like, you guys can keep talking about me, but just make sure it's factual, okay? And if you want to talk about tokenism, that's a real thing. But also I think we have enough other Black influencers in this space to understand that it's not a thing for me. I'm not the only person getting all the work, because I'm just not. So yeah, this is why I don't like responding to stuff when I'm on my period, because I just, please don't ever say this. Like, if you ever say anything about me, don't ever say no shit like that.
And so it's a shame, because Jackie said that the woman was, lighter than she was. I don't know if Jackie alluded to the woman's race. I think that she was alluding to the woman who left the comment being another Black woman. And if that's the case, that's even sadder, right? But either way, trying to humble and place this woman in a box and saying that, you're over there trying to be like luxurious white women by living this way. I mean, you're over in Aspen of all places. And it's like, nobody has ever said that Aspen is whites only. And I cannot stand seeing this, because you see other girls who do like maybe their facial routines or whatever it is that they like with their makeup. Maybe they do a Sephora haul or whatever it is, spending money and time on taking care of themselves, self-care, their bath products, whatever. And people get mad. And I hate it, especially for Black women, because I do feel like we work especially hard, especially if we come from, adverse environments and mindsets and things like that. It's from childhood that we're breaking and working out of, and stereotypes, and just constantly having a new ceiling to break, like constantly, to where when you're finally at a place of rest, and you're finally at a place to where you want peace and you want to enjoy the luxuries of your life. And sure, maybe you want to treat yourself to something. Maybe your sweetie wants to take you out and treat you to a bunch of things. Maybe you've saved up for something really big and important, and you finally were able to get that car. You finally were able to get that, I prefer apartment style living or whatever, but that bougie apartment or that nice apartment. Or whatever it is, or that house, whatever it is you're working towards, you deserve it. And I'm making this video to also like encourage and continue to encourage, Black women and young girls to not allow the bitterness of society and those old, decrepit mindsets from almost 1,000+ years, over 1,000+ years ago, that have followed us, right, for decades, through generations and generations, to not allow that to deter you from your goals and your dreams and what you're aspiring to do with your life. I don't care if you want to live the soft life, okay? Do that, all right? I don't care if you want to just live a quiet life and be all in your books or whatever. Do that if that's what gives you peace. If you want to be a sprinkle girly and be spoiled or whatever, do that. If you want to be the, hardworking, independent woman, career driven, I bought it, I pay for it all on my own, ain't nobody help me get this. Do it if it brings you peace. We need to stop limiting ourselves or being afraid to be seen in comfort and luxury. And I think that the excessive magnifying glass and the hatred that Black women get, and it's like, if you know anything about Jackie Aina, you know damn well she worked to be where she was today. They tried to cancel her on this platform a few times. I saw it. Some things I didn't really know the ins and outs of, to be honest. I didn't really understand. But what I have noticed is a lot of YouTube creators have just moved over to TikTok. One, because it's more vast, and two, because it's more fast paced. And I do believe that if you want to have more of that direct engagement, I think that's why they like TikTok. But also it gives a lot of creators a new start, to be real, honestly, or just a distraction from whatever the main platform is, whether it was YouTube or Instagram, depending on how they came up. But Jackie worked for hers. And yes, she's a married woman, and she's also in a happy relationship. And ever since that woman got married, I remember seeing comments like, they're gonna break up, they're gonna do this. And it's like, I'm filming this on the same day, actually, that I posted my recent community tab post. And I want everybody to hear and really feel this message. It's so sad to witness people who get off on shitting on and trying to belittle someone, especially someone who's in a better place, a healthier place, a happier place, right? As if that's going to do any favors for you at all. It's not. It's not going to, suddenly open up your flood of happiness. It's not going to bring you any joy. If anything, you are sowing your own karma, and you are blocking your own happiness and your own fortune from being such a bitter person. And if you don't know how to let that go or to stop projecting it, because even though I know some people feel safe online because they feel anonymous, how you get anonymous trolls in your comments always, child, I still get them to this day about everything. And I just block it out. Because it's like, okay, this is exactly why I'm not going into detail about my life. I honestly have loved the redirection of my channel and finally getting it to this place to where it's just what I, have been wanting to do, and just getting back to me always, but also sharing, I do, post my little shorts or like my pictures and stuff with my friends, with my sweetie, and just out and about doing my thing, because that's what brings me joy, right? So that's all that matters. And I find it hilarious how, even with me, and I'm gonna speak personally now, and just also as a Black woman, I find it hilarious still. I'm still laughing to the bank as we speak. How even after all of my adversity, and when it was hilarious on this platform to call me broke, to call me dusty, to call me begging, or to call me everything, whatever it is. And the fact that I've gotten to a place now where I don't even necessarily need my platform. I don't need to subject myself to that type of mess anymore. In fact, I completely left and cut it all out and whatever. And like, I demonstrate to people that they're not needed, that they're not necessary. And it's amazing what happens when you do that. And then it's literally almost like, how dare you go and do better than us? And to have an entire community, it's that reaction community that I left with that mindset, right? Like an entire community. Because I mean, I'm still blocking comments to this day, so I can only assume where it's coming from, right? But that speaks volumes to me, because it was all fun and dandy to exploit, me when I was in a vulnerable place. I clearly was like all over the place. Even I admit to being overly parasocial and word vomit or whatever, because I was literally alone in a different state that I had never lived in before, versus being home, right? On my own, loved ones, friends, family. I'm back in my environment. I have all of my support. I do not need the internet. And plus I've learned my lessons right after stepping back and stuff. So just, certain things just naturally change. And not to mention in a much more healthier relationship, that I'm actually very grateful for. And yes, him and I are friends, and we've been friends for years. And there's really nothing like, being in a relationship with one of your, best friends. It's honestly a joy. And that is, honestly, one of the most beautiful things, honestly, that I am so grateful for. In addition to everything else, it's hilarious to me how now I've set the boundaries. I've learned a lot of lessons. I've spoken about the lessons that I've learned. I've spoken about the things that, I've grown from and I've matured from, and, things that I'm probably still learning, whatever it is, but just definitely being in a better place now. But demonstrating a non-need for all of that past behavior, interaction, and engagement and all that mess. Now it's like, oh, she's gonna break up with her man anytime soon. Oh, she doesn't have anything. She's, I think it's, people out here still probably assuming that I'm living on the streets. Child, please. I'm sorry that, you have to project that. And I don't know what it is that you're going through to where you need to project something like that on somebody. But that's unfortunate. But it's so sad, right? When people speak those kinds of things, thinking that they're doing something. And I understand that people probably get off on being petty and whatever on the internet, but that only goes so far for so long until, the same type of judgment comes on you and then you see how you like it or whatever. Meanwhile, when you're doing that, that person's life goes on, right? Jackie Ina's life goes on. My life most certainly goes on. Everybody moves on. And there comes a time when you look foolish and stupid and sad. It's like you almost, it's real when you start to feel bad for, those anonymous, like whatever troll comments. Because it's like, they don't understand that regardless of what they're going through, that's making them leave that emotional frustration, that instability, we talked about that, that's not going to get resolved by shitting on me, by shitting on Jackie Ina, by shitting on anybody, right? And then it's even more sad when you're bringing up past things and you're living in the past and you want to constantly rehash the past. And then next thing you know, it's 2, 3, 4, 5+ years later. And the person who you're discussing is still progressing. And it's sad when people try to box you in, tear you down, just because you're living better and you're doing it without them. And people almost feel like, how dare you do this without me? It's just, it's the craziest thing. It's like, and I've said this before, I think I said this like sometime like last year when I was like, it's like a never ending breakup. It's just one of those things where it's like, eventually it becomes nonsensical, right? And I just want to really hone in that whatever it is you're working towards and whatever life means to you, and if you have goals, dreams, aspirations, hell, if you're proud of yourself now because you're in a better space, mentally, physically, emotionally than you've ever been, and maybe, yeah, you do want to boast about it a little bit. You want to post your Valentine's Day gifts. You want to post, whatever your accomplishments are, whether you're graduating or maybe you, I don't know, maybe you finally like close on a house, or whatever your goals are. Do not let the bitterness and the darkness and the toxicity of this world hold you back from that, because you're only holding yourself back when you cave into it and you become afraid of it, and then you allow that in. It's just not worth it. It's so much more rewarding and satisfactory when you know what you've gone through, you know damn well what you've overcome, and you are proud of where you are today, and you're able to demonstrate that, hey, I don't give a damn what no one thinks. I know I'm doing better today than I was, a couple of years ago, or a year ago even, because life continues to move on. And if that's what makes you feel good, keep moving forward. And to my Black women who pride themselves in living in luxury, and luxury can even just simply be your time. I don't think people understand the luxury of the time that we put in to our skincare, to our hair care, our natural care, okay? Our natural hair care, our natural nail care, and then whatever other additions we got going on, because all of that takes time and effort, okay? And that's a luxury in itself. Girl, I don't care if you're getting your products from the dollar store. I do not care if you're getting your products from Sephora or Michigan Avenue. Please, please, please go shopping on Michigan Avenue, because they're trying to close the shops. They need more business, but wherever you're getting your stuff from, be proud of yourself and keep indulging in yourself and rewarding yourself and pampering yourself as you should. Okay, so I do hope that this video served a good message and purpose. It does feel good. That's the one thing, like when I get to talking on my channel, I'm like trying to do makeup or whatever, it takes me forever because like I'm trying to talk and like do it or whatever, and I don't want to like totally break eye contact, because I mean we are talking about a topic, plus I got time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you guys go ahead and let me know what you all thought about this video. Let me know if you saw Jackie Aina's video or whatever on TikTok, so if any of this looks familiar to you, and even if not, just let me know what your thoughts are. And if you are a person that's been struggling with people trying to throw dirt on, where you are today, don't let it get the best of you, okay? Don't let it get to you. You have to keep thriving, because that's exactly what people don't want to see. So I'll go ahead and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.